All right, Allison, let's hear a little news, baby.
The news with Alison Rosen.
She'll read some news from her iPad. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's Allison. And when it's time to wrap it up, she'll sign it off with zip it cunt. It's Allison.
So FAILBLOG, who are the people who do Know Your Meme, and I Can Has Cheeseburger, we've had them on the show, and a bunch of different sites, have put together their annual list of the top fail moments of 2011. They have the top 10 most memorable fail people, top 10 most memorable fail moments, and top 10 most memorable fail videos on FAILBLOG. So I'm going to share with you some big fail moments as voted on by the FAILBLOG community. Okay. Top 10 most memorable fail people. Number 10, Anthony Weiner.
Yeah. Well, what strikes me about those guys is first they start off with this, well, it was nothing, and then it just kind of, it was something, and then they slink away, and they just...
Own your penis.
I'd just be funny if a guy just for once. Like, you remember, I think it was Hugh Grant, right after he got busted for picking up that hooker, who went on Leno and sort of made a joke about it. I mean, sort of said, yeah, I got busted.
Right.
You know, and then in America sort of went, he's all right. Like, it was a big deal.
I would have slept with him before, and I'll still sleep with him.
That's from your mouth to God's ears.
I hope.
Yes. I mean, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And the thing is it's like all anyone wants to hear is, I fucked up. And it's all anyone won't say. And by the way, every argument I've ever had is basically, all you got to do is give me I screwed up, and we're done.
Right.
We're done arguing.
Right. That's kind of like relationship 101. As long as you won't admit to whatever it is, the person is going to keep pressing it. They can let it go once you allow them to have closure.
Right. I mean, that's if you're wrong. Yeah, but you should say, listen, fuck, what? That was stupid. I admit it. So what? You know, funny. I mean, look, I didn't invent this, by the way.
Sending pictures of your penis around?
Yes.
And being kind of a sleazeball?
I perfected it, but I did not invent it.
Put my own stamp on it, and by that I mean my balls.
Right.
Right. Number 9, Lyndsay Lohan. Or Lohan.
Yeah. I feel like she's put a few good years together now, right?
She really has. Where do you think she's going to end up? Is she going to come out the other side of this?
I'm trying to think. So it's either OD, right?
Yes.
Or she does. I mean, it's not like she doesn't have. I hope she finds Jesus Christ and never stops talking about Jesus Christ. I mean, like a black athlete. And I mean, like starts pointing up at the sky every time she's on a talk show and everything.
She could start T-bowing.
Her and T-Bone, next power couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry Sandusky, number 8.
No. Yeah.
Casey Anthony, number 7. Number 6.
I would argue Casey Anthony's the biggest winner of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear that story, as that story unfolded, well, I reported my daughter was missing a month after she was missing, and then Maria Conchita Alonso Escuela, Quesadilla, it was this made-up chick who took her, and then, I don't know, you know what I mean? And you just looked at her and went, well, I guess she'll get life in prison. Maybe she'll get a lethal injection, and now she's like partying. I mean, that's it. It's a winner. I mean, as the society goes, we'll move on to the next goat. You know what I'm saying? She'll dye her hair red. She'll marry some dude.
I feel like she'd go blonde before red.
She'll dye her hair blonde.
Well, honing in on really the point of what you're saying, right? I feel like it's going to be blonde.
Ooh, God, this is weird. There's one picture I'm looking at her right now. Look at her mouth. Very Sarah Silverman-esque.
Oh, it kind of is.
Right there. But I think she's the biggest winner of them all, right?
Well, yes. Yes, because she literally seems to have gotten away with murder.
She should be in prison now,
I don't get the sense she's racked with remorse.
No. All right.
I wonder, sociopaths who have no conscience, do they truly have zero conscience? I mean, are they happy? Are they sad? Are they kind of just numb? Adam, you're one. What do you think?
I'm numb, but my problem is I overcompensate and I feel bad if anyone, if I feel bad for somebody or I feel like I've done somebody wrong or I feel like they're upset at me, if there's something I did, I'm actually worse in that department than other people are.
Okay. You do attempt to replicate human emotions.
Yes.
Unlike the Casey Anthony's of the world.
Mm-hmm.
We're immune.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you're like, yeah.
No, it's like, you should talk to Mike August about this because I've been traveling around with Mike August, and just the other day when we were traveling at the airport, they did that thing where it's like Jesus Christ. First thing we do is we go into a sports bar, and he wants to see the LSU game. So he's yelling at the poor chick who manages it. And by the way, the sports bar is pumping Lady Gaga.
And where are you, by the way? Not near LSU.
No, we're nowhere near LSU. I don't know what city we're in at this point, but we're in Philadelphia or Detroit. I think we're in Detroit. And he's yelling at this chick to switch it to the local CBS affiliate, and she's like trying to go through the DirecTV, and it's channel 61, and blah, 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 and it says something else, and he's yelling, leave it, and then she's yelling back at him, and I'm standing there, and they're pumping the fucking Lady Gaga. By the way, we went to 2 sports bars, and each time we had to ask them to turn down the chick music. I swear to God, they're pumping the fucking chick music at the sports bar. Mm-hmm. It's really weird. When did this chick music become the soundtrack? And I mean, there was the Justin Bieber, baby, baby. Right. And then there was the Lady Gaga bullshit. And they're pumping it at a fucking sports bar. Like, we should be listening to fucking Leonard Skinner.
They should be fined.
I swear to God, sitting around watching fucking LSU game, this fucking shit's just pumping. And I had to, like, tell her, could you please turn it down? It's fucking grating, and we're the only two dudes in there.
This is how you lost your voice, isn't it?
Oh, my God. So then we had this great moment. All right, so please, I'm gonna have a seizure. Mike is impervious to other people's emotions or what's going on around him, or body language, or posture, or inflection, or anything. He's just impervious to all human emotions. And so we're waiting in line. We're flying, right? And we got to go to the thing where there's like a line on United Airlines to get in this kiosk thing. And there's like 20 of these things across. And there's one line going down the middle. It's like when the next one opens, it's like the bank teller. Okay, that one's open, sir. Okay, that one's open. And we were second in line, and one opened. And the dude who was in front of us kind of hesitated, like he didn't make his move. And Mike just slid behind him and went to the open thing. I was sort of following, but Mike's completely oblivious. The guy's kind of pissed off, and he's saying to the person from United, I thought I was next in line. And she's like, well, yeah, that guy was rude. He slid in front, and, we'll find you another one. And I was like, oh, shit. So I did what I always do, is I got the fuck out of there. I just rolled my Samsonite off to the back because I can't stand being in the middle of this shit. And I rolled out of there. And Mike does what he does, which is completely impervious to everything. And he's just going to get our boarding passes. But for some reason, they have difficulty. He never does. He gets his boarding pass. He gets my boarding pass. Everything's all confirmed in advance or whatever. But this one fucking time, there's a problem. So I'm sitting way back by the display case of things you can't bring onto the plane, which by the way, does possess a chainsaw. It's like, really? Then in the last 10 years, is there someone who's tried to get a chainsaw on everything? Like, this is not good for carry-on.
What if you put it in a giant Ziploc bag?
Might as well have like a Wile E. Coyote bomb with like...
I swear to God, it was literally that.
TNT.
Yeah, I mean, just like smoke pod canisters and stuff. Like, are you nuts? Like cans of kerosene and stuff like that. So I was like, all right. So I get so Mike gives the Adam, come back. The lady needs to see your ID. They didn't have your thing confirmed. I pull up. As soon as I pull up, of course, the disgruntled dude pulls up to the kiosk next to us. Now there is 21 kiosks, but because it's me, the one next to us opens up, and the disgruntled dude pulls up, and he's 3 feet away. And I say, it's uncomfortable, like the guy standing there doing his thing, Mike standing there doing his thing, and I'm standing behind him, and I'm like, Mike, I think you owe this guy an apology for cutting in line. And Mike who's answering me but doing it loudly.
Please tell me he said, "What's up?"
You snooze, you lose. That guy just stood there. Like he's talking about what that guy did, except for he's saying it so loud, and the guy's standing.
Right.
He's as close as Brian is to me, and he's like, "Hey, that guy just stood there. So if you're just going to stand there, I'm going around. I mean, I got to catch a flight." I know these guys are, by the way. They just want to complain. That's all they want to do. They just want to be a victim. I'm like, okay, this has just gotten much worse. Mike, like a reptile. Zero awareness, zero feeling, does not care.
And the guy was still angry, though? Like, what was the guy doing this whole time?
The guy was a guy who probably had some of that, I want to be a victim and I want to complain to somebody about something. But Mike did cut in front of him, and he was definitely within earshot of us, but he wasn't a big guy, and he wasn't a confrontational guy, and he was just standing there probably waiting for his apology, and he didn't get it from Mike. He just overheard what a douche he was.
I will say that's a little different for Mike, because usually he's oblivious as opposed to, like, goes out of his way to be aggressive or assertive. Usually like, hey, Mike, you cut this guy off.
He kind of was. Well, he was sort of like that guy stood there, so I went around.
Well, at least he knew what was going on.
Yeah, pretty good for him. Nice step in the right direction. Yeah, usually doesn't know what's going on.
You know, I'm more like you in that a person doesn't even have to express any sort of emotion toward me, and I'm worried that somehow I have hurt them.
Yeah. I was yelling back at the poor middle-aged chick with the bad dye job who was trying to find the LSU game. I'm sorry, over the fucking Lady Gaga. I was like, sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. He kids around. He's screwing around. You're fine. It's okay. It's okay. And she's like, I was just having fun. And Mike's like yelling back, well, I'm not laughing, you know, and I'm like, well, okay, it's cool, it's no fun. Yeah, over this, right.
That's like being the other person at a restaurant when you're with someone who's being a dick to the waiter.
Yes.
That uncomfortable feeling.
Yes, yeah. And by the way, thanks for the snot rocket in my salad, too,
Yeah,
Dick. I agree.
That's not the extra dressing I asked for, and it's not on the side. Number 6, Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Top 10 most memorable fail people.
Yeah, good.
Shame that he can't make a speech. Number 5, Charlie Sheen.
We're saying Charlie Sheen failed more than Muammar Gaddafi. Gaddafi's dead.
Yeah.
I don't